Hi everyone, it's Cashman, my YouTube channel. Welcome back to another video on my channel. Today I'm going to watch the VFLW girls play. I got my umbrella in case it does rain. Melbourne's weather, you can't always trust it. So yes, hopefully we get the win today. And hopefully we start performing well. This is one of the toughest challenges, I think, as well. And for the media as well. It's one little clip that's coming up. For the media to clip the fans who booed Adam Treloar and call it as disgusting. Make sure that you do the exact same thing that what's happened to other players who didn't want them to leave, but had to move out and change other clubs. Did you mention that with Jordan Lewis? When the Hawks made that tough decision to move him on. The same thing with Mitchell. The same thing with Luke Hodge, who wanted to keep playing and have to go to another team for like a 3-year deal or 2-year deal or 4-year deal, whatever the deal is. So if you're going to take your stance on Collingwood supporters booing Adam Treloar, then make sure that you are consistent throughout this. Now, I've heard a lot of talk about the whole situation. Yes, it could have been handled differently. Bucks has come out and had admitted that. It was due to salary cap. I don't know if it's because they mentioned that he's got depression or his mental health. I'm pretty sure that if you have a partner that goes to Queensland naturally and they are your support, naturally club would want to try and help you and say, okay, why don't you move up there, because as we all know, you're in the game for a shorter period of time, and I'm pretty sure that clubs should not be using your mental health or depression to get rid of you. I think that is wrong if that ever did happen. I don't think it would have happened at Collingwood. But at least when the club can come out and admit, yes, it was due to salary cap issues, that's what it was. R2 Buzzavallaki and Tom Phillips, they took it professionally. And then you hear James Stevenson talking about it. And Adam Treloar talking about it. Mate, is this devastating? Yes. But you got to be professional about it. You can't just... You got to learn to deal with this and move on. And for the supporters who clapped after the game, we lost the game of footy. Yes, Adam Treloar might have finished in our top 10 best and fairest, but did he win us a premiership? I doubt. Were you the same people that clapped for Dale Thomas when he went to Carlton? I heard a lot more boos on that particular night. And sure, clapping for a coach who took us to a premiership in 2010. Yeah, sure. I think that is to be respected, because at the end of the game, even though that we absolutely smacked Carlton on that particular day, on that particular night, he was breaking the game's record. He wanted it to... And even though he didn't want it to do anything about it, of course, and pick what team that he wanted to to do it against and that sort of stuff, but he wanted to do it against Collingwood because Collingwood gave him the chance to coach for 11 years. It took him 10 years to win the premiership. Well, we're doing the exact same thing when Mick McGraw got booed. And he was a premiership player. So, and this is why I sort of go, okay, at the end of the day, coaches get sacked. You know, the board of those clubs go behind the coach's back just to get rid of him. Whether if it's Ross Lyon in that position, and mind you, Ross Lyon took Fremantle to grand finals. Was that all mentioned when Matthew Knight was stabbed in the back and didn't know that the Essendon were people were working behind the scenes. So I think that you got to pick and choose. So I don't think you should pick and choose when that moment is. If you're going to be consistent on a player who wants to stay, there are other players that want to stay. Brendan Goddard, for example, he wanted to stay at St Kilda. And watch the Sack podcast, it's on Spotify as well, that he wanted to stay. He wanted an extra year. And St Kilda people were leaking out the figures when Brendan Goddard knew that wasn't right. So unfortunately, that clubs do try and do this to their own teammates. So I just think, as a society, well, the AFL community, we have to be careful. Because Sav Rocker, he probably would have got booed when playing for North Melbourne when he first started. I'm pretty sure other players would have got booed as well. So, to me, no supporter should be complaining about the treatment of Adam Treloar when it also we are forgetting he left for money. He told lies to GWS people that he wanted to stay at the Giants and he wanted to go to Richmond, and then he said, I want to go to Collingwood. He went to Collingwood for what? A better list. So to me, that's not loyal at all. He's been at Collingwood, for 5 years. Now, whether or not that he's been extremely loyal to Collingwood, yeah, maybe that is the case. But don't forget that, unfortunately, and this is a knock on our fans as well, that some of our supporters are delusional when it comes to when the club has to make a tough call, like they did with James H. You would have thought they got rid of him because he was shit. No, they got rid of him because of the salary cap, and it's simple as that. So this is a little bit of a rant to the media. You know what? Stop building enough as a Adam Treloar versus Collingwood. Did they do that for Dale Thomas? Did they do that for Sav Rocker? I don't think so. They didn't build that up all the time. I certainly do remember it. And I remember Sav's last game was against Collingwood. 2006, where you had Collingwood and North Melbourne had a nice queue up and send him off in the right way. And even though we won, and we could have gone in and celebrated that, for me, that was really nice. Because South Rocker, even though that Adam Treloar won us a a Neil Danaher medal and an Anzac Day medal. Sav Rocker was a 7-time leading goal kicker for Collingwood. And a 2-time Anzac Day medalist. And that's why I would say Sav is more of a champion, because at least he could kick the ball. Might have struggled from 15 metres out from goal, 20 metres out from goal. But at least one thing I will say, that Sav Rocker loved the club. He wanted to stay. And to have that ripped from him, and having to go to North Melbourne, prove himself, and prove Mick wrong, you know what? You always hope that they do well, but not against your old club. So that's going to be the end of the video. Going to watch the VFLW team play. Hopefully we get the win. A little bit of a rant on that, but we all should just remember, media do like to build things up, making 10 times worse than what it is. So again, we aren't inside the club, so we don't know what happened. I think that we will survive from this. I don't think that it will cost us anything. You know, to get better, you have to make the tough calls, and you don't, and you should not apologise for making those tough calls. Was I angry about Adam Treloar leaving? Yeah, sure. But you know what? I learned quick that no one's bigger than the club. So, hope you guys do like the video. I'm sorry for the little bit of a rant, but I just had to get that off my chest. It did felt like, some of my fans were calling us disgusting, and you know what? I just think that the next time that another player from another club had to leave to go to us because of that situation, I just want them to realise that they're going to do the exact same thing. So we should all remember how Eddie got, Eddie resigned because of the whole situation, the whole drama. So, and you know what? I think he made the best decision for himself, and I wish him all the best. But I'm not gonna make any more excuses. Also, this could happen to Adam Treloar at the Western Bulldogs. They can say after 2 or 3 years, "No, sorry, mate, we changed our mind." So it can happen real quick as well, and that's one thing I do like to say. Players have to move from one club to another, or eventually get told that again. For example, I look at the way that here's the player that you can say that Brendan Goddard wasn't going to get offered a contract, and he thought he was going to. Didn't know after the first meeting. So it can happen. So you just got to remember, guys, AFL is a business, whether we like it or not. The same thing applies to everyone's to everyone else. At the end of the day, company's going to make the best decision for themselves. So, like, comment, and subscribe. Tell your family, tell your friends, tell your neighbours, go to the Pies. I will be doing a review of the way that of the VFLW win, so I'll do that, and then I'll also do play range videos for Friday night. And yesterday, of course. So today's Sunday. Great day to go out, but just turn me front. Just, hang on. As you can probably see in the background, there are clouds, so I hope it doesn't rain. But luckily for me, I know how to get to undercover spots. So until next time, love yous all. Bye.